and go live. Excellent condition. We're live, I believe, across all 3 platforms. So in 1 minute, I'll just go ahead and hit the start button, and then we can all get going. Yeah. As soon as everybody's ready. See, now I feel like my position has changed, and I need to move around a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I want to protect my voice and, don't want to get sore throat all over again or anything. Yeah.
I swear it was from the whatever they had pouring out of that ceiling at that guitar shop.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Here we go. Hey, look at that. I think everything is working right off the back. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bill Normally Show with Stover Love. We're actually going to segment the show today and see how well it goes, okay? So as we asked you earlier, and a lot of you might not know, but today is One-Liner Wednesday, where in the comment section on Telegram, you tell us one-liners you want us to read on the air, and then we will. And hopefully they don't get us in trouble on YouTube, and hopefully not Rumble. But definitely they won't get us in trouble on Telegram. So without further ado, let's just jump right into One-Liner Wednesday. So today I printed them out, so I don't have to read them off of a computer screen. It looks more professional this way. Stover, do you got your lines that they're wanting you to read, bud?
Yeah, how many are we going to do today each?
I don't
Did you
know.
say 3?
I don't know. Let's just wing it, see what happens. How many do you have? Like 4?
I would say I have a good 4.
Okay, all right. I got like 7.
I wouldn't say they're good. Maybe not good, but I have 4 for sure.
My favorite are the bad ones, so I'm just going to start out. The first one it really disappointed me right off the bat. It's a worst show I've ever seen. P.S. Your hair looks stupid. Signed, Mike Lassiter. Thanks, bud.
Wait, is it me or him?
No, I'm pretty sure he's talking about me. I don't know if he's got any beef with you, but let's just say I've been noticing a little tension lately. Mike Lassiter, host of the Important Business Meeting, IBM, also on these same channels you're watching on now. So I'll be nice. Next one I got comes in from Tom Fitzwell. It says, Tom Fitzwell wants us to know, when it comes to myself, you can't perfect perfection. Thanks, Tom. What you got, Stover?
Well, you did a Mike Lassiter? I'll do a Mike Lassiter. Here's a quote from a movie I like. That's what you wanted, right?
I remember seeing that, and I thought to myself, I have no idea what movie that is. Do you have any idea? Yeah, me neither. So, okay. The next one, this is an interesting one. I just now saw this one. It says, this is from Aryan Christ. Aryan Christ would like to know, or would like to remind everyone, rather, that, quote, hatred is a human right. Very Christ-like, sir. Very Christ-like. All right, you go.
All right. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I'm not above hitting a guy with cerebral palsy.
Oof. I am. It seems... I don't know. They can be very insulting, though. They can be very rude sometimes. I don't know if you've ever dealt with cerebral palsy people. I used to have to deal with them a lot during my community service days, many of them, and rude people.
Are they?
Very.
The ones that have completely lost control over their vocal cords aren't that bad. I don't mind them, but it's the real yappy ones that get me.
I'll say this:
Kind of.
they're really needy. They're really, really needy.
Okay, let's go into this really quick. So one of my best friends, his name is, well, I won't dox him.
Is it Paul? Is it Paul? And you call him Cerebral Paul?
Okay, his name is actually Tim. Like Timma. Like it couldn't have been
nearly as funny as Cerebral Paul. And if his last name started with a Z, it would be Cerebral Paul Z.
I'm just gonna pretend like Jesus changed his name from Tim to Paul, and I'm gonna start calling him.
Yeah, let's do that. Jesus did some other things to him as well. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He's a drinking buddy of mine, and we go out to the bars, and he always drinks too much. And he also is just all about the ladies, and he will do anything to get attention from women, including throw his friends under the bus. So keep your eyes out for those guys. They're shifty.
So he does have cerebral palsy.
100%.
Oh, poor guy.
And he says, Stova, don't be a cock block.
Well, there's no reason to make fun of the guy for the way he sounds. Well, let's not do that here.
He's calling me a cock block.
Well, we're above making fun of the handicap here, bud. Okay, so this one's from Kodiak. He says, watch out for the chicken and dumplings. It'll hurt your eyes. I don't understand this one, but it seems other people did. Do you get that one?
Yeah.
Okay, explain it to me. I hate to be the guy, but explain it to me.
It's one of those... It's an inside joke between me and my best friend Kodiak. I'm just gonna, you'll figure it out, bud.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm actually good with that. I got another one from Total Purification. Maybe he's really big into reverse osmosis water or something.
I feel like this is a sock account for that other guy.
It's Aryan Christ. Maybe for Aryan Christ.
Yeah.
So Total Purification says, so despite making up 13, and but I think his keyboard may have broken because it just cuts off there. Yeah.
All right. I think this is in the same vein as my last joke, but I won't do it in any inappropriate voices. I'll karate chop that gimp right in his crutches.
Okay, it's like a callback. It's like you're going back to, cerebral.
Yeah, okay, Paul. I really only had 3, but that was a way to make 4.
Yeah, there you go. I've only got 2 more, so it's going to work out. This next one is
I've only got 1.
This next one's from Poop Mustache. It says, oh boy, who controls the international banking system? It rhymes with the Poos. Because they're Indians. Huh, I didn't know that. Weird. And then on the last one, and this is my personal favorite for this Wednesday's One-Liner Wednesday.
Let me say mine first. I got one more.
Oh, you had one more. Yeah, go ahead.
It's not going to be as good. All right, let me get into character. This is like method acting. Nice dick, bro.
Which one was he talking? He had to have been talking about you. I've never been complimented on my wiener.
Just what if you heard that? Like you're like go to the 24-hour fitness and you're like changing out of your work clothes and your gear, and you just hear from the other side of the locker room, "Nice dick, bro."
I like hearing it from the urinal next to me, but I've only ever heard "nice piece." I don't know.
I've only ever heard, "Yeah."
I've only ever heard.
Dude, he gave you a round of applause. You must have a very, very pretty penis.
They're so creepy about it, dude. Be a little more sexy and tactful, you strange bathroom homo.
If you're gonna jerk off to me in this truck stop bathroom, at least make eye contact like a man.
Yeah, like don't be don't make it weird and perverse and kind of like don't try to remove yourself from the situation. You started this, commit to it, bud. Final comment. Sorry, I'm still getting over this. I'm just gonna call it COVID because it makes me a survivor. I got one more. This is my personal favorite. It's from our buddy Kevin. He says, "Did you know that when Disney started making The Little Mermaid, the producers asked for a ginger? It turns out the casting director is dyslexic."
That was awesome.
So as everybody knows, actually I didn't know this, but I know now, so now everybody knows. Last night was President Biden's 2023 State of the Union address. I just happened to see it talked about in, I think, Telegram, and I go, oh, they still do that thing. So I watched the entire 70 plus minutes of Joe Biden doing the State of the Union, and I was actually able to synopsize what was said. So I'm going to actually just break this down into a few lines. And I think y'all will appreciate this. It's lies, 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 lies. Theater, fake lies, blah, blah, blah. Hail Satan. And that was the Joe Biden State of the Union address synopsized by the Bill Normally Show. So, yeah, I kind of was watching it and I was thinking to myself, this is the largest assembly of organized criminal liar scum of the year. It's like their annual massive criminal empire organization get together. Like, do you remember a long time ago there was this all the 5 families in the country, they rented this house out in the country and they all got together there and then the FBI raided it. It's like that, except the FBI is on the politician criminal team. So nothing's gonna happen there. But I was honestly, all joking aside, I was just really disgusted by everything. The clapping from half the room, the booing from the other half of the room. And I just want everybody to remember that all the shit that they're promising to fix, it's the same shit they're responsible for breaking. It's job security to these demons. They go, all the things he talked about, and I was sitting there agreeing. I go, yeah, all this stuff sounds like a great idea, but you're not going to do it. And the only reason you're talking about fixing things like infrastructure or like hidden ticket fees in airline tickets and concert tickets and just all this stuff that people want to hear. And I guarantee the majority of this dumb country listen to it and they go, I really like that message. I hope he does that. But here's the thing. The reason all that shit's messed up is because these people have been in charge the entire time. They're the ones that break everything. And then Joe Biden had the tenacity to say, I've been here, insinuating D.C. as a politician. He's been in D.C. Just about as long as anybody else. The only other person that's been there the longest, or longer than him, was Mitch McConnell. And we all know what a scum-sucking piece of shit he is. Sorry, Republicans, if that offended you. But if it did, you're an idiot. What else is going on with this guy? Yeah, just remember that the scariest words in the English language are, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard this line before, so say it with me. The scariest words in the English language are, we're the American government, and we're here to help. Because that never, ever, ever goes well, and that's why we're in the position we're in now. Some recent examples would be, COVID. That's probably the big one. Look how that was handled. And they were all just patting themselves on the back during that whole speech. And I do remember laughing at a joke Biden had, though. It wasn't funny enough for me to look back up or remember. But he actually insulted the Republicans really well. Now, if you're watching this show for the first time, I'm not a Biden fan, but I can acknowledge a joke that makes me laugh. And he got him good. Now I wish I would have looked that up, but I didn't. Oh well, tough shit. That's the State of the Union 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Stover, did you watch the State of the Union? Any parts of it? Clips? Anything?
Yeah, I did. I had a feeling it'd come up tonight, so I strapped myself in for it, and we played a drinking game. Because I was like, the only way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take a drink every time the camera pans to a person of color, some sort of a transvestite person, or a combination.
Mm-hmm.
I I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty hungover today.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was I was trying to get the old waifu drunk, but I got shit housed, and I just woke up on the floor in the living room.
Were you able to get her drunk? I hear with them it only
I
takes
pa-
2 sakis.
Oh, dude, half a shot of sake, and she is wild.
With when I deal with Asian women in that capacity, I give them 1 sake full of chloroform. It's like a sock, but they're Asian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Asian jokes. And I'm allowed. I'm allowed. To, all right. Like if I would have banged a, I've never had sex with a cerebral palsy person, so I guess I can't make that joke about my friend. Even though he's my friend, I shouldn't do an impersonation of his funny voice. But I can make fun of Asians because I'm with one, right?
Yeah, you're occasionally in one. You know, that's like being the same thing.
We're waiting for marriage.
Oh, okay. Speaking of which, how is the comment section monitoring going? Have we started that yet?
I think she got held up at work tonight, but she'll be here any minute, and then she'll start.
Okay, cool. No big deal. I was just checking. I think that's going to be a good thing to kind of add into this, kind of keep it fresh and going.
Yeah.
And if people don't know, we're still kind of in a beta testing phase. I believe this is like officially week 2 of getting this new show going and everything. And speaking of getting this new show going and why we're having to get this new... Oh, go ahead, Stover.
I just thought we agreed to call it Sigma testing.
Oh, okay. No, but okay. I'll try to remember that. But the reason we're doing this new show is because the old show had to be put to bed for about 4 years because the producer and co-host of what was formerly known as Thunderdome TV. Thank you for the applause. I can hear y'all doing it. He went to prison.
Oh, I heard. That was an applause. Okay, got it.
He went to prison. Two of our Murder the Media, I'm always hesitant to say Murder the Media because of YouTube, but 2 of our Murder the Media personalities, Nicholas Oakes and Nicholas DiCarlo, were both sentenced to 4 years in federal prison for meandering around the Capitol and filming it as a news organization that was not approved by the tyrannical, hypocritical state that allowed over 200 days of rioting, burning, looting, raping, murder. But they allowed all that, but they didn't allow old boomers to walk around the Capitol building. So with that brings us to a new segment, which I haven't made a graphic for, but maybe I will if this becomes a recurring thing. Because every time I see stuff like this, I'm going to start bringing it up. But the new segment is basically it's January 6th sentencing disparities, and what we mean by that is, as a lot of people you probably have relatives, friends, family members, friends of friends, relatives of friends. Everybody knows somebody that has been sent to either prison because of January 6th, has been raided because of January 6th, has been in the court system, just has had their lives really messed with, sometimes really extreme cases, sometimes a little more minor, like fines or whatnot. Not that I actually know of anybody that simply got a fine. But the reason we're bringing this up today is to show you that your government hates you. The reason that they're persecuting with such vigor and vitriol the January 6 people is because if they don't send a very powerful message about what happened and what will happen to you if you even attempt to peacefully protest against the government in a non-sanctioned forum. Now keep in mind, all the BLM riots, the Antifa riots, way more damage, taking over American cities, declaring autonomous zones, which is an act of war, literal act of war. That's sedition, that's terrorism, that's treason by definition. And I don't think anybody got 4 years from any of that. But our guys got 4 years for that. A lot of people are going to get more time. People are still fighting that. Anyway, well, while that's going on, this young man, he gets sentenced to 180 days in jail for raping girls. The victims were between 4 and 9 years old at the time. One of them says there's no moving or getting over it. A 20-year-old Rochester man will serve 180 days in jail. 180 days for raping what looked to be a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old, according to the headline description. So, never forget that as your government has had people unconstitutionally held in jail cells that were so bad that the prison had to be condemned. They were abused by other inmates that were encouraged to do so by guards. They are basically going crazy in this confinement and everything. And they're only recently being able to get visits by family members. This is Stalin-esque, Bolshevik-style political persecution in the United States. What the United States points to all these other evil countries like, the old USSR, for example, or communist China, they say this is how those people acted. Well, now your American government acts the same way they've been speaking out against for half a century, saying that is absolutely terrible and evil. Well, we're now the evil regime that does that to our own citizens for a lot of these cases being misdemeanor crimes. But meanwhile, raping 2 children will get you 180 days in jail. So just know that your government, once again, hates you, and they want to put the boot on your neck and make an example out of you for peacefully protesting. And then they make up a bunch of charges. Go ahead, Stover.
If anybody wants a vacation, this is what I heard when I read that article. If you need a vacation, if you're kind of like stressed at work, maybe you need a kick, I don't know, you're like, I need to take some time off drinking. I'm drinking too much. Go rape somebody,
Yeah.
and go do 180 days in the can. I don't really understand how they're not going to be surprised when they see just people eventually probably hunting down their daughter's rapist, vigilante street justice style.
No, that's not going to happen in this brave new world, in this ultimate super country of badass progressivism and freedom. That's not going to happen, because what happens in this nation now is that the police absolutely protect the criminal element, some of the most violent and dangerous people of our society, and some of the most egregious, American-hating, anti-American, seditionist, treasonous, war-declaring, a non-American flag waving in a warlike setting, violent vigilante groups that your own government calls peaceful protesters, as they did literally billions of dollars in damage. And here's the thing, I don't care. America is, it's, in my opinion, it's over. These are the last kind of kicks from just a dead regime, and it's going to go away. So I don't care if that's accelerated by BLM and Antifa mobs. It doesn't bother me. It would bother me if they came to my house personally, and it would bother me, for example, if I tried to defend myself or my house or my home or my family against these people. I would then be charged for attacking a peaceful protest as a racist, domestic terrorist, far-right neo-Nazi. So that's kind of where I have the problem. But as far as them doing these things to their own cities and stuff, it really doesn't bother me in the slightest. How did you feel about the 200 days of rioting during the BLM Antifa Peaceful Summer of Love?
I loved it. It made me feel so proud of America, and but I do remember finding solace at the time, going, with today's technology, all of these fools are gonna, all these murderers, looters, robbers, and such are justice will find them swiftly. But now today I'm realizing that someone could literally rape my friend Vil Nomerly and get 180 days in jail for raping Vil Nomerly.
Oh, they wouldn't do that. I'm not a child and I'm white. So
20 days in
they give him a fucking award.
120 hours of community service for raping Vil Nomerly.
Yeah, they'll give him a key to the city. Like, yeah, fuck that guy. He spoke out against us. We don't like him. And he's white. But don't get confused. I'm definitely not a Republican, which is going to help me segue into the next thing, our next topic. I didn't know about this. A lot of people that I know, a lot of people that the audience knows are really big on this Florida Governor Ron DeSantis fella. And I heard something last night that made me go, is that real? I got to look this up. Well, let me tell you, I looked it up and it is real. This was on Truth Social. Somebody posted this article headline that says, DeSantis said he's glad violent Trump protesters are being arrested. That's right. There's your Republican hero hopeful from Florida, the one that's going to just turn things around for you when he runs for president and gets the election stolen from him. Now, are you going to vote for DeSantis, or are you going to stick with the story that the elections are rigged and there's no point in voting? That's something you have to ask yourself, audience members that might be interested in either voting for Trump or DeSantis. What's the point if the elections are rigged? You can't win anyway, am I right? I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they are, but I'm leaning towards these are rigged elections. So why would I vote? Do you finally have an answer for that one? If you do, let me know in the comments. But anyway, yeah, just know that DeSantis is not a fan of the January 6 people. And him and Trump are feuding, so that's kind of a problem. But anyway, Trump said he replied to the article, and he says, what about Antifa and BLM, Ron? So doing some digging, I was able to find another article. I was able to find the article. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I always forget how to do this. Okay, yeah, so here we go. Here's the article itself. So this is the Tampa Bay Times. And I didn't do a lot of fact-checking or anything because I'd love to say I don't care. I do care. I want to be accurate. But I just chose to believe this article on face. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it, but I don't think I am. He says he's glad the violent Trump protesters are being arrested. That's from the Tampa Bay Times. And I did a little more digging, and I remembered, some people are for this, some people are against it. I don't know, as an American that believes in free speech and, the First Amendment and all its protections, I don't know why you would be okay with DeSantis doing things like making it a crime to speak ill of Israel. Somebody else sent me some. He got an award. I'll have to look this up. Stover, I need you to take over like 10 seconds while I pull this up because I want people to see this, but I don't want to leave me just typing.
Yeah, no worries. Well, you could still talk. They can just gaze upon me, or I could do a knock joke. Or by the way, are you gonna play that one? I'm pinning it right now in the chat. With the individual wearing like the pink sweater, like complaining to the House. I think it was a House File 146 one. Are we doing that tonight? I can't find the outline of tonight's lineup.
Oh, we got, so the lineup is this, and we're at the bottom of it. I might have missed something, but we got the one-liners, Wednesday one-liners. State of the Union synopsis. We got January 6 disparities, and what we're on now, the Zion Ron DeSantis portion of the show.
Okay, maybe this is for next week then. Or next Friday.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I wanted to pull this. I wanted to pull this up because it goes along with the story I was just talking about. I figured people needed to see this. This was Governor Ron DeSantis. He was honored to receive the Zionist Hero Award at the ZOA Nationals Heroes for Israel dinner. I will continue working to strengthen Florida's long-standing relationship with Israel. How does a state have a long-standing relationship with a foreign power, one that has also attacked American interests and been caught spying on America? I mean, everybody spies on everybody, but at the same time, I don't understand this fascination.
I don't know, man. All I gotta say, stunning and brave, DeSantis.
Stunning and brave, sir. So this one goes out. This last little bit before we get to the comments, I just want everybody to be aware of all this. DeSantis, your Republican hero, hopeful of the future to take down Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, whatever. He's glad that the January 6ers are in prison, and he was very happy to receive the Zionist of the Year award from Israel. So there's your Republican hopeful, everybody. America's going to turn around just any day now. That's if you believe in elections and that they're not stolen. So people that were thinking Ron DeSantis was a good pick, they have a lot of things to kind of think out here. So good luck with that. That said, from here on out, this show will forever refer to Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida as Zion Ron DeSantis. Zion Ron DeSantis. That said, let's get to some comments, bud. I need I need like a comment graphic too. If I had a pen, I'd write that down. And you should always have a pen with you, by the way.
I got it.
You got the pen or you got the comments?
Yeah. I always have a pen.
Thanks, bud. Yeah, I'll go look up these comments.
I'm writing it down. Yeah.
Let's go. We'll go to YouTube first. We got Freedom Cobra. Says, hello, governor. All right, in it. Kevin's ready. He says, let's go. Kevin, great comment. Loved it. Freedom Cobra, message deleted by Splorf TV. Oh, Freedom Cobra. You don't have that much freedom. It's YouTube, bud. I don't know what you said, but it probably was pretty egregious. Good girl.
He's going to have the light shining on us. That's a big red flag.
I think that Zion Run, I think that little piece is going to get the light shining on us pretty good from both the Republican Zionists and the Democrats.
The logarithm's going to be working extra hard tonight.
Yeah. All right, stand by. I'm almost to the bottom of those comments. I'm going to take the camera off me while I read it. HateFact says the elections won't be rigged for DeSantis. He's a Zogbot. I don't know what that even means, but always has the pin. What's he, a pig or something? All right, those are all the comments.
There's only so many words with Z. So Zion, we're talking about Zion. So
Zion Run,
slang for Zion Run.
Let me see if I can see the Rumble one is. Let's see. It's just harder to get to. They just make it such a pain in the ass.
Ooh, I like this one. Who's more of a Jew? Or I mean, dang it, shoe rhymes with shoe. I'm working on it. Dang it.
Where are you reading these?
On the Murder Media live chat. We got Contrary 4. Who's more of a shoe dog? DeSantis or Trump?
Shoe dog. What's a shoe dog?
Jew dog. I think he said Jew.
DeSantis or Trump? I think it's funny that they're fighting each other. They're both, it was Zion Don, now it's Zion Ron, and they're both...
I don't really even believe any of it anymore. It's like, remember how badly Trump cock-slapped, what's that Canadian... You're from Texas.
Trudeau.
Cruz. Yeah, he just cock-slapped Cruz, like, in the primaries.
He cock-slapped everybody. It was masterful. It was masterful cock-slapping.
Cruz is, standing behind his man,
Yeah. Well, just know this, audience. None of these parties are going to save you. You're Republican, you're Democrat, and you're like, whatever. Whichever one you are. I assume most of you are right-leaning, but just, if you have faith in this system, forgive me for saying this, you are an idiot. These people are only going to make your life worse. That's all they've ever done. It's never gotten better. And when they do make it better, here was the real message of the State of the Union last night. It was, we're going to spend your money on this, and we're going to spend your money on that, and we're going to spend your money on this, and they're all just patting themselves on the back. Woo, we're so great, we're so awesome. And they kept saying, Congress will approve spending for whatever. That's not Congress's money. It was your money. Now it's just fake money, but it makes your fake money worth less. It's not going to improve your life. It never has. Trump had an infrastructure bill that was, billions and billions and billions of dollars, potentially even $1 trillion, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, it was a lot of money. Have you noticed one fucking thing get better? Have you noticed one less pothole anywhere? I don't know what the fuck they're doing with your money, but they're not making your life better. It's total bullshit. Stove, go.
Have you noticed, maybe this is just where I live, but like what I've noticed is the insane number of like half-finished roadway construction projects that have literally, I'm like, isn't this I saw someone driving by and hosing down the big old orange like things that they run on the side of the road, the I guess they're filled with water maybe. They're literally cleaning them. They've sat there for so long through so many like snowstorms that they're so dirty they need to clean the orange things. And I'm like, I think they just started like 1 million road projects and just said, we'll get to it. So it's actually worse than had they just not even started the project without finishing it.
Yeah, not to mention they can't spend money efficiently whatsoever. It's so bad. They throw so much money at everything. And then you go, how come everything's worse? How come everything's worse than it was? Where the fuck did all that money go? It's not being there's no fucking way they go. I think Obama had something like a $500 billion infrastructure package. Trump had a huge infrastructure package. And you go, where the fuck did you spend that money? Because everything is worse. Everything is worse.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, like now Joe Biden's saying, we're going to spend all this money in fixing all this shit. Again, every State of the Union, every fucking president, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. They all say we're going to spend this money and make shit better for you. And it never gets better. So keep on voting, folks. Keep on voting because they all just spend your money and your life doesn't get better. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It does not get better. They just ruin
it doesn't.
Shit.
Did you notice the part in Biden's speech last night where he literally is like railing on basically he might as well just have a BLM shirt on while he's saying this, like the cops are bad and and like they kill innocent blacks for no reason, and then he literally takes a breath and then he goes, but we need to back the boys in blue. Like essentially like the guy is he's not even there. I honestly wonder. I think they probably put it like before these things. Imagine how stressed out his handlers are when he has to be like talking on a microphone live.
Oh yeah.
I think they put like a bunch of freaking Adderall or something in his fucking ice cream.
Yeah, I think he's on a cocktail of methamphetamines and downers at the same time. You know, they definitely figured out the right concoction for him. And that said, we hit the 30-minute mark. Again, we went over. We always give y'all extra. This is a 30-minute show, and we're already giving you extra. What were you going to say, Stover?
I was just saying, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna read these Rumble comments. Remember, you can watch on our Telegram channel, at Murder the Media on Telegram. You can watch on Rumble, which I believe is Murder the Media, no spaces on Rumble. And you can watch on our YouTube channel, which is splorf.tv. That's all you got to put into your web browser, splorf, SPLORF.TV, like television. Frank Ross says, 4 years in federal prison can't be as bad as 1 day with Gavin. I assume he means McInnes, who's in town, by the way. He's right up the road from us and with some friends of ours, I believe. But that's all I know about that. So now his career will need to be put on hold. Yeah, I really need these checked. I need to be able to look at these live. I got to figure out a comment bot that'll just put all these together. And I know that one exists for YouTube and Facebook, but not Telegram and Rumble, unfortunately. Frank Ross also says, real Remember that? Remember that shit? He says
Zulu.
Antifa had more balls than our parents and grandparents who watched the Constitution get pissed on. Yeah, and to touch on that, once again, when we finally did have balls, which wasn't an insurrection, because if January 6th was an insurrection, I've said it before, I'll say it again, they all would have showed up with guns and they would have taken over. There's no doubt about it. They could not have stopped. They couldn't stop these unarmed people from getting in. So that's how you know it wasn't an insurrection, because once again, if it was, they would have showed up with guns and knives and bats and they would have taken over the Capitol. And that's a coup. They would have taken over the government. So they knew it wasn't an actual legitimate attempt at overthrowing the government. They know that, but they also saw that if they didn't crack down and start putting people in prison for misdemeanors over this thing, that it would be possible for them to attempt this once again, but for real. And that's why they're kicking these people in the teeth with their jack boots so fucking hard, is because they are sending a message. Stover, was there anything else you wanted to add before we got out of here?
Yeah, sure. To the super fans that is always talking about my name and him wanting to change my name. I'm sorry, man. That's my name. So deal with it. That's all.
Okay, cool. And with that, we're going to plug the charity on the outro for our brothers in federal prison right now. That would be Nicholas DiCarlo and Nicholas Oakes, Murder the Media personalities and hosts. That kind of rhymed. I like that. If you can, anything you can spare, please send to their Gifts and Go. The information will be put up on the screen on the outro. Here we go. We will see you guys next time. Adios. That was a fake salute. And America looks like it's pretty evil.